Hey Mum, there's a balding old git online wants to talk to you. Whoa there, just hang on a moment. I do want to talk with your mum, that's true. With your dad too, with all your family in fact, and with all your friends as well. But I do want also to speak with you. You're going to save their lives, just as they are going to save yours. And you and they are going to join forces to save my life, the lives of my family, my friends. Give me 10 minutes and let us together save a planet. Hello, I'm Gregory Dark, and yes, I am a balding old git. And that I concede is a problem, because throughout history, balding old gits have been warning about an imminent Armageddon, have been ranting about the younger generation, have been self-satisfied curmudgeons, thumping their tubs or banging their tambourines or climbing their soapboxes. And balding old gitism is an ism far more than it is something physical. Some of the balding old gits of history have been young and with a full head of hair. Some of them have even been women. But they have all had this in common. They have wanted to harangue you. I want to apologize to you. We have done you a major disservice, my generation and I, a very major disservice. Oh, I think mankind has been getting it wrong for some time, certainly since the Egyptian Empire, quite possibly since before Homo was erectus. But my generation, that born shortly after the Second World War, we do seem to have got it spectacularly wrong. And at the very time when it was essential, we got it spectacularly right. I can't remember which of the great American wits said it, but I agree with him. Nostalgia, he remarked, is usually the result of a bad memory. Particularly for those of us in the West, there has for most people been a degree of material improvement in the last half century, but not enough, and for not enough even of that world, let alone the world at large, and at a cost, the full price of which we are even now only beginning to glimmer. There has in my lifetime, thank God, been an enormous change in sexual mores. There is a degree more racial and ethnic tolerance, and there has been a substantial improvement, again at least in the West, in opportunities for women. All of these revolutions, as they are called, occurred despite the enormous opposition of the then status quo. When we have right on our side, we can produce forces that are ineluctable, that are irresistible, and we must always remember that. The powers that be are actually only as strong as the power we cede. The powers that be are only ever the powers we allow them to be. We hear so much about the giant strides made by technology in this last half century, yet few people can cite many instances of major inventions that have occurred in that period. Most of the things claimed as contemporary inventions are in fact only developments. Even fashion has undergone little profound change. Men still wear the suits and ties that were worn at the time of the First World War. Essentially, women wear only variations on themes of the early 1900s. In Britain, the democratic process has undergone no radical shift since women won the vote almost 100 years ago by the reduction of the voting age from 21 to 18. If it's true that today the world's knowledge doubles every 5 years, what are we doing with all that knowledge? How is the world benefiting from it? The truth is that very rarely is the world benefited by those developments. As I've said elsewhere, we're not interested in a cure for cancer, we're interested in an expensive cure for cancer. Where is the supersonic flight of political thought? Where is the moon landing of economic theory? Where are the wonder drugs, the penicillins for instance, about protecting culture? Where are the discoveries, the DNA say, of social theory and education? Where are the Freuds, the Pasteurs, the Einsteins, the Hawkingses in fields which affect the quality of our lives? Oh, they're all right. We just rarely get to hear about them. Because the status quo is very happy with the status quo. The institutions which control us are perfectly happy with antiquated political and economic and social paradigms. Of course they are. It suits those institutions very nicely. On this side, I'm afraid, I have to close this talk here. The unedited version is available on www.humanityforhumanity.eu. I hope I may have whetted your appetite sufficient for you to visit it. If I haven't, then I apologise. This is so important that it is little short of disgraceful on my part that I should not have whetted your appetite. I urge you please at least to think about what you've heard. There are very few experts who don't think this is the most serious time mankind has ever known. The wrong decisions today could cripple our tomorrow. They could even destroy that tomorrow. In my opinion, one of the worst decisions we could take is to leave it to them to make the decisions. It's our future. It should be we who decide what that future should be.